We have breaking news out of the Championship, where Michael O'Neill has been sacked by Aston Villa after just over 12 months in the job.
Oh, for crying out loud. Right, where's my resume?
Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 6 at Brentford as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps, and we could it be the final episode of Brentford? This is a big development. Today we are playing, who are we playing today? We're playing Cardiff City in the league, and then Burnley away from home, Premier League Burnley in the FA Cup, but a big development as Michael O'Neill is sacked by Aston Villa. We've applied for the job, as you can see there. We haven't heard too much about it. It's only just happened in game. But Bowie, Sam Allardyce and Robinson are the three favourites. They're all the same reputation as we are. We're all 2.5-star managers, so it's just a matter. The thing that might prevent us from getting the job, perhaps, is with our contract. I can't remember if there's what they would have to pay in compensation. So maybe that would work against this. But yeah, this is a big development. It's too soon. I don't want to leave Brentford yet. All right, we have one other development, and that is our youth intake preview, our first ever youth intake. And you can see here the preview. It's very much one of mixed messages. We won't be any short of any potential centre-backs based on the projected intake. At least one of our goalkeepers looks a great prospect, and we have one fullback with plenty of promise, and one good young Ghanaian goalkeeper who has caught the eye. But then if we go down to the very bottom, it says, don't expect much from this youth intake. So on one hand, it sounds very promising in terms of sort of especially centre-backs, but then a goalkeeper, and then it just kind of says, well, don't expect too much. So that's all a little bit mixed messages. But it's Matt Henry's first youth intake. He's a very good head of youth development, so hopefully he'll come through for us. He's a very good head of youth development, actually, isn't he? Anyway, we have 3 games to catch you up on since last episode, starting with our match in the Championship against Millwall. We got the only goal early in the second half, thanks to Brian Mbeumo. So yeah, this was the typical Aussie villain 1-0 at Brentford result. We should have scored more, we didn't, we hung on, we got the 3 points. I don't know why we can't score more than 1 goal in a game. Next up, we played struggling Oxford United. And Mbeumo gave us a first half lead, but Oxford got a share of the points with a rocket. Again, we should have scored more goals, we should have won this game, and we paid the price for not taking our chances when they smashed in a bit of a worldie. And Mbeumo with a penalty in this one, and again, we were the better team and we just didn't take chances. We paid the price this time around. Final game to catch you up on was against Bristol City. They were sitting, I think, 3rd at the time. Let's go see if they could beat us. Peñaranda gave us an early lead when Sergi Canos' block shot fell for him. And Peñaranda accepted a gift to double our lead just after half-time. And Mbeumo crossed for Canos to get our 3rd. And Ethan Pinnock added a 4th. Now, this is more like it. Funnily enough, you can see by the match stats, it wasn't our most convincing performance, but what we did do is take chances, and you can see there, player ratings-wise, we actually played quite well. Peñaranda with a double, Canos and Pinnock with a goal as well. It was just nice to score goals, I've got to be honest, to be able to relax towards the end, not as we cling desperately on to a 1-0 lead. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at what all that means for the league table. And you can see that we're high-flying. We are 6 points now clear of Blackburn, despite not being particularly impressive. We haven't lost the game. We've drawn 9, which is a ridiculous amount of games to draw. But yeah, we're not losing, and that's keeping us where we are. We can see Villa's form obviously has dropped off. That's why O'Neill got sacked. So they're sitting down there just out a little ways, 5 points outside the playoffs at this point. And Walsall still with their head above water, which is good. So they've got a point off of Cardiff, and they've lost to Birmingham and Huddersfield. But yeah, just keeping their head above water for now. All right, let's go and have a look at what we're doing here against Cardiff City in what could be, you never know, our last game in charge at the club. I'm not sure. I don't know if we're going to get the job or not. But anyway, we are the favourites for this one. You can see Cardiff City are in woeful form. We are in strong form. Stefan Honcho is their manager. Haven't heard that name for a while. So he is a decent enough manager. It looks like a cautious, direct style of play. Analysis report here, we're expecting something similar. They got a little bit of a touch-up by Blackburn. They've had a tough Christmas, haven't they? You see they're a little bit narrow, perhaps, passing network is there, and their key passes as well. Now, reminder, we had December 28th in game. We played Boxing Day. We played on the 26th, so it's been a 1 day's rest and a turnaround, which explains the team lineup here. We've had to essentially change the entire outfield 10 from the Bristol City game, and that's why we have this team that we have today. So Gunnarsson goes in goal, Pellenard, and Sorensen. Mads back goes the back two. Sorkay and Thompson. We haven't seen much of Thompson. He's a good young player though. They are the wingers, or the wing backs. Anyway, Norgard is a deep line playmaker. Hammer and Zamburik in midfield. Hilal, this guy goes into number 10, and it's Tuazi and Force that go up top. Now, if you're wondering why we're missing some players, if you do follow the Discord, you would have seen this earlier today. Wayne Rooney has picked himself up an injury, so he's missed the Christmas period, as has Baptiste. They're both back very soon. In fact, Baptiste should be back for the Burnley game, and Mikulic has got a minor injury as well, but it's nothing too serious for him. So yeah, that's why they're missing in midfield, which is why it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped. So we can see the way they're lining up as expected, which is always nice. A few names in there we recognise. Joe Bennett, I thought he was always going to be good at Villa, but never quite came off, did he? Tell the team they expected to go out there, prove a point today. Right, just keep the run going, boys. Keep the run going. One thing that really did help with the Bristol City game, it was only 1-0 at half-time, you may have noticed, and we did get an early goal, and we couldn't score. But at half-time, I told them I wasn't happy with them, and well, you can see the reaction second half. 3 goals against the team that's up towards the top of the division. Sorkay with a good ball in, it's headed over the bar, and it was offside in any case by Hammer. So yeah, I may have cracked something there, just telling them, that we're not happy with them, and they lifted their game, clearly. But yeah, this is, so we should coach up to be more direct. Another free kick, Sorkay knocks it in. It's Tuazi, and Tuazi's over the bar. We have, since last episode as well, started training Tuazi to try and place these shots. We've seen he gets a lot of shots on target, but he tends to hit them straight at the goalkeeper. So we're going to try and teach him to place these shots and see if that helps us at all. Hopefully, we'll get a better conversion rate of shots to goals from him. Usi Tutu, we had him at Hearts, didn't we? Not the best first half there, if we're honest with ourselves. So we'll try the old trick of calm, I'm not happy. Everybody's fired up, and let's see if that has any impact. It's a little bit of a tricky game just because we did have to essentially change the entire outfield 11, or outfield 10, I should say. So that clearly doesn't help. A good block on the cross there. It's going to fall there. We should get that, do we? Hilal's there. He wins it back nicely. Ball down the line. Finds Force. Can he spread it wide? He does. It's Tuazi in. Can he place his shot to the back of the net? Tuazi! Hey, there it is. 1-0. A nice goal early in the start of the second half. And he's 10th of the season. Marcus Force did really, really well there, didn't he? Kept possession, waited for the run, and then picked it out to perfection. Didn't have to break stride, and Tuazi's in. And for once, Tuazi just under the keeper. Nicely done. Good, calm finish, that one. 1-0 to the good guys. Now the big question is, of course, can we hang on and get the result here? We've got a corner to defend. Murphy to knock it in towards the back post. Hammer gets it away. Still with Cardiff City, though. Tuazi can't quite win the ball back. He's putting good pressure on them, though. And yeah, they're just finding a little bit of space in wide areas. Murphy has another go at the cross. It's headed in, headed away. Hilal completes the clearance halfway, I guess, and continues to be a lot of pressure on us here from Cardiff City. And Joe Rolls has tied it up. Decent hit, but we never got that clear, did we? It's one of those, you get the feeling it just had to get put in the stands. Just get it out. And, reset. We just never got that done, did we? It's a good hit first time. Could Gunnarsson have done a little bit better there, perhaps? But there we go. Just as we go in front, we end up behind. Oh, look, behind, but we get pegged back, I should say. And we go again. Hemar is not having a good game. We do have Drew Yearwood on the bench. He can come in and play that role, I think, can't he? Yeah, we haven't seen much of him this year. He's, as I said right at the start, he's a little bit like an Alfie Bates. Just a hard-working midfielder in there. So we'll see how he goes. And Cardiff City with another throw here. Come on, boys. Let's win this back and go up the other end and score, shall we? Another ball forward. They're just lumping it forward, aren't they? And Jesus, can we get that clear? Oh, Gunnarsson's made up for it there. That's a stunning save. Alright, I think we might go a little bit higher line. They just look as though they're just trying to lump it up and win the second ball, don't they? So let's try and prevent them from doing that. Do we want to counter press? Maybe we do. And we'll see if that helps us at all. Come on. Oh, over the bar. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's give it a concentrate, and we need to get ourselves in this game, don't we? Hilal is not having a great game in there. I'm wondering, actually, let's try and be a little bit creative here. Let's duck him out wide. Play him as a... What can we do with him? As an inverted winger. Try and get him cutting in a little bit. Let's try that. Let's try and use a little bit of width. And see if that helps us at all. Here we go. Thompson with a throw in for Norgard. Back to Thompson. Can he get across into the box? He can. It's there for Force over the bar. Oh, it was a good chance, wasn't it? A really, really good chance, and we couldn't make the most of it. We've got someone else playing a 6-4. Is that still Hilal, I wonder? We've got a free kick to defend here. What we don't want to do is go behind, and that's exactly what's happened. Alright, well, let's start by getting stuck in. Let's go more direct. Let's lower the tempo. We'll be more expressive, and we might look to play for set pieces. It's a wet, rainy old day in South Wales, and we've not looked particularly good today, have we? We went in front, and then we kind of just stopped playing. Beaten at the back post. Is that Yearwood? It is Drew Yearwood. He doesn't play often, and that's perhaps why. We do come straight back, though. I just said to more direct, and now they're saying we should play a shorter passing game. Here we go. Mads Beck coming forward. A ball over the top there for Hilal. Can he cut in? He gets down the outside. He does really well. Cross comes in. It's Nifgal Fours, and he's still... Oh, it's there for Twazi! And we've pegged him back immediately. I don't know what's happened in the Cardiff City defence. It was a shambles, and Tuazi has made them pay with his 10th of the season. What has happened there? They're still celebrating the goal. Hilal's done brilliantly well. Fours with the header, and just as a missed header there, wasn't it? The defenders missed it. Morrison has completely missed the header. Flint, it looks like, getting some blame for the goal as well. And it's found its way into the back of the net. Alright, let's not go and concede another goal here. Come on, Gunnarsson. He doesn't look particularly ready. Hands on his hips. That is over the bar. Well done by Gunnarsson. Made a decent save there. We've got 5 minutes to play. It's one of these stick or twist, isn't it? Can we get this away, please? Oh. Decent save by Gunnarsson. Is the highlight going to continue, or is that it? He rolls it out to Sorensen. He gets it out there to Sorkay. Now, Sorkay should have Hilal in front of him if he wants him. He strides forward. Look at the space he's got to run into. Sorkay, oh, that's selfish. Saw his name in headlights, or headlines, I should say, in bright lights, something like that. And has, in the end, just done absolutely nothing with it. Alright, Hilal's not having a great game. Let's try a Brandon Thomas late game sub and see if that helps at all. We've got stoppage time to play. Well, at least it wasn't 1-0. That's something. Another game that we've played quite well in, and we should have probably won, and we didn't take chances, and so we didn't. Tuazi had a decent game. Hilal did well for the second goal, didn't he? We'll say, what do we say? Unlucky, perhaps. So Cardiff City hold out for a draw. I don't actually think a point is a bad result there. It's always a weird one, isn't it, over Christmas when you have the 2 games in 2 days. So to rotate the whole starting 11 and find ourselves still coming away with a point isn't the worst. We can see the league table there. Blackburn look like they have won, so they've closed in the gap a little bit, but we're still 11 points clear of Stoke in 3rd, so that's not a problem. How did Walsall do? They look like they got a point off of Reading, so good on them. Alright, we'll be right back for the FA Cup against Burnley. Okay, welcome back. We're about to play Burnley in the FA Cup. We do have one contract renewal to update you on. Mads Rorslev, his contract was up at the end of the year. The transfer window is open. He's now able to negotiate with other teams. So we offered him a deal. He's on a little bit of a pay increase, but I figure if we stay and we go up, we know that he's reliable, playing the sort of the right back role we want him to. So, I mean, even if we do leave, the club will want him, I would imagine, to stay at the club. So it's a good signing, I think, to get him at the club. So that's done for next year. So yeah, that's good news. But you can see here we are not the favourites of this one. You wouldn't expect us to be up against a Premier League team away from home, but would like to see what we can do here. They're currently sitting 16th in the Premier League. Where are they? They're just above the relegation zone on goal difference. So look how close that is. Jesus, there is 4 points between 7th and 18th. That is an insane Premier League table. I mean, literally a win and you could go from Europe to relegation. Or vice versa. That is ridiculous. Wow. Anyway, but focus. That is the most. Has anybody seen a Premier League table or any league table closer than that before? That is absolutely insane. You're both in a European battle and a relegation battle at the same time, halfway through the year. Wow, that is ridiculous. Anyway, like I say, focus. They're a Sean Dyche coached team still. I always think he's a very, very good manager. A balanced, direct style of play, well, for a certain level, I guess. Let's have a quick look here. We're actually expecting to play a 4-4-2 according to our scouts, so I don't know how much we can read into this. You can see they just lost narrowly there to Manchester City last time out. Looks as though they did attack in wider areas, a little bit spread out perhaps defensively, and we can see there they do like to sort of, most of their key passes are into wide areas, aren't they? This is the team that we're sending out. We can go full strength for this one. And yeah, hopefully get a result. So Gunnarsson goes in goal. We're going to keep faith with Thompson at left back. Pinnock comes and Rasic come back in to play with Ross Lev as the rest of the back four. Baptiste is a deep line playmaker with De Silva and Palaversa in midfield. Canos as an inside forward. I tried him in this role against Bristol City and we saw that it worked. So we're going to keep faith with that. And Bumbo down the left and it's Panorenda up top. So yeah, they are coming out in the 4-4-2. So pretty much anything that we saw in the analysis report is tossed out the window at this point. So Ben Garner says they're expected to go out there prove a point today. Let's try we've been getting a lot of credit from the media. Let's do it for the media. Show them, put on this worthy display, and off we go. All right, and Gus has decided to join us for the FA Cup. You going to sit down, mate, or what's going on here? I don't know if you can see him. I'm not sure how far down the camera goes. But here he is. Hopefully he's going to be our good luck charm. And this will go better than it did against our previous game against the Premier League team where Arsenal absolutely ripped us to shreds. No, you're leaving? What are you doing here, Gus? Cross comes in and it is a horrible start. Apparently the defence is as distracted as I was by the cat. And that is absolutely outrageous. 18 seconds, I think it was. And we find ourselves behind. A shocking start. We've just not come out, have we? And yeah, Luke de Jong, 9th of the season, gives Burnley an early lead. Okay, so that's, I'm going to say, not going to plan. We've got a corner to defend here, and I thought that was going the other direction for a second. Then McNeil with a lashed effort, it goes towards the back post. Where is our marking, boys? This is absolutely disgraceful. What is it with playing Premier League teams and we just look like we're a semi-professional team all of a sudden? A team that has looked so solid defensively in the Championship, and it's not, I mean, yes, it's a step up, but it's not that big of a step up. And suddenly we look like we cannot defend to save ourselves. Demand more, boys. Come on. Obviously, I didn't get the pre-game team talk right. If we can settle into the game, maybe, we get one goal back. You never know. But we're going to have to be a lot better than we have been, aren't we? Alright, let's try... No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this one. Let's try De Silva as a Mazzella and see if he drifts out, if that gives us a little bit of something. I've really had a hard time getting De Silva and Baptiste to play in the same team. You can see they have sort of the dotted orange line which says they don't play well together. There's no real reason why they shouldn't play well together. I don't understand particularly why that is. Are we going to find ourselves on a little bit more pressure here? If they were to score again, then I would just about go as far as to say that is that done. Can we get a block in here? Don't just let him walk and shoot, boys. Come on. Yeah, I mean, the defence hasn't particularly played well. We won't bother giving them a shout. Now, we have settled into the game, but, I mean, at 2-0, you could argue the game was already gone. Aggressive. That was absolutely terrible, boys. Absolutely horrid. Take your time, settle into it, and see what we can do second half. We really want to try and at least win the second half, don't we? Is there anything else here we want to do? I don't think so. I wonder if we do play Kenos as a winger. De Silva, Baptiste. We have Janssen we could bring on. Or Zamburik. We will give De Silva a little bit of time second half and see if he can lift his game. But if not, I think we will have to make a change there. He's on a booking as well. That Justin might be the death blow for him, I think. We might bring Zamburik on just because he's a younger player. Could probably do with the experience. McNeil finds himself in again. And let's do that. Yeah, we'll play him as a Mazzella. I think he's left-footed, so he probably shouldn't be playing on the right. But if he cuts in... I don't know. Come on, boys. Demand more. Thompson's not had a good game at left-back. No one's had a good game. All right, let's try and change things. This formation clearly isn't working. So let's go back to the two up top, see if we get anything from that. Let's try Kenos out here again as an inside forward. Zamburik, yeah, we probably do want a box-to-box, don't we? We want an advanced playmaker in you. Palaversa, that all looks fine. And you never know, maybe the change of shape or something will work for us here. Alright, just go box-to-box, Zamburik, that's fine. Kenos with a... Oh, the ball's into the penalty area. Nick Pope has touched the ball. That is breaking news here at Turf Moor. The goalkeeper from Burnley has touched the ball. We find ourselves on the back foot again, though, here. And are we going to go and concede a third? It has been a relatively even game since they got that second goal. Now, a big part of that may well be the fact that they're 2-0 up and it's a cup tie, and what's their incentive to keep coming at us, really? But... we have looked better of late in the game. Show some passion. Here we go. Now, if we can get a goal back here, 2-1, suddenly, you know, they say 2-0 is the most dangerous goal. And Penarenda's there. A shot at target. And the goalkeeper makes the save. Trying to think who's on the bench to play up front instead of maybe Mbumbo. They've kid us on the break here. And Gunnarsson makes the save. Let's bring Aussie on then. See if that makes any difference. Let's get Brandon Thomas on for Kenos, who's just not had a good day. No one's had a good day. There's no point. No point singling out players, is there really? It's just not... it's not been a good day. But like I say, you never know. If we can get one, as long as it's 2-0, if we get one back, then it is very much still tie on. Ball gets lumped forward. Can we win that? We can. Thompson's done well. Zamburik down to Palaversa. Can we show something that, you know, we know that we're a decent team. We just haven't shown it at all against Premier League opposition. There we go. Penarenda into the area. There it is for Tuazi! Tuazi's 11th of the season. Gets us back level. And it is now game tie back on. We don't necessarily deserve it, but, you know, we're stuck in the game. We've had a horrible start. We've stuck in there. And now we find ourselves at 2-1. Very, very much back in this tie. Alright. Let's see if this works. We've made all our subs. So that's what we can't do, is go and change things in terms of subs. But let's really go after this now. Let's be more urgent. Let's counter-press them. Let's be more expressive. Let's maybe get balls into the box as well. And see how that goes for us. Alright, come on, boys. Come on. Very attacking. It's a cup tie after all. We've got nothing to lose. And we've got a little bit of luck there, as our defending of set pieces has not been fantastic. Can we go and get something late on here? We're into stoppage time. Let's go more direct. We'll play for set pieces. We just need something, don't we? There's nothing else we can do. Let's use the offside trap. I've never used that before in my life. Come on, boys. Is there something? No, we have paid the price for a terrible start. And, well, in the end, at least we've got a little bit of dignity in the scoreline. You'd argue it was an even game. We just had a terrible, terrible start, and it cost us in the end, didn't it? Not pleased with that, boys. So Brentford defeat in the FA Cup third round. Burnley grabbed deserved win. It's difficult to argue they didn't deserve it. You know, when you're 2-0 up, you do tend to take your foot off the gas a little bit. But it's still really, it's just disappointing the way the game started, isn't it? But that'll do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Not the best. We saw the sort of the second 11 get a point on the road, which isn't never a bad thing. And obviously, well, we just saw what happened there against Burnley. We'll be back next time, though. Well, hopefully we'll still be at Brentford. We may not be, but we will be back, I think, for potentially our next team in Aston Villa and Birmingham City at the end of the window. We'll get an idea of if and how we've strengthened. We will, of course, on the 22nd, I think this is the day that our new Norwegian defender comes in, so we might get a look at him. Or, you never know, maybe we'll be back as our first game in charge at Villa Manager. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.